It's week 5 and we're hitting the road. Actually, we're just steps outside the pottery because it's time to shake things up. This week, the potters are doing a high-octane style of pottery called raku, and it involves flames and lots of smoke and gloves and wires and stuff, and I don't know what that is in a can. I'm told it's a whole thing. The potters tell me it's very dramatic, and I'm like, oh yeah? Is it as dramatic as this? Welcome to the Great Canadian Pottery Throwdown.
This week, 6 returning potters turn up the heat.
Let's play with fire.
And in a mysterious throwdown,
Just kind of going by feel here, obviously.
Seth and the other potters' senses are heightened at the wheel.
It's super tricky.
Who will smoke the competition? And whose hopes will be quenched?
Oh, this is heavy.
Oh my God, Elsa!
It's week 5 in the competition, and the potters are fired up for their most extreme challenge yet.
Today is Raku Day. Raku is fire. It's fire.
I don't really know a lot about raku, but raku is scary.
Raku, it's a little nerve-wracking, but exciting at the same time.
The molecular magic of raku is conjured when the potter's decorated piece is subjected to a rapid final firing, whereupon it is transferred red hot into combustible materials, allowing flames and smoke to create carbon coloring and mesmerizing effects in glazes and surfaces, all before a shocking dunk in water enhances the highly unpredictable finish.
Welcome back, everybody. You know, just when I think I've got a handle on some of the things in this world of pottery, it throws me a curveball, like with this week's main make challenge. Raku, the style of pottery rooted in ancient Japanese tradition. Our judges for this challenge would like you to make a decorative drink set consisting of a tall, narrow-necked vessel and 4 cups.
These pieces must look like they go together.
Really consider your forms and shapes when you're creating your bottles and cups. We're all used to the uncertainty of ceramics, but with raku, it takes it to a whole nother level.
All right, everybody, you have 6 hours to make and refine your decorative drink set, and that 6 hours starts now.
Starting by throwing my bottle form inspired by fire. The only personal relationship I have with fire was when I lost my home in a house fire 3 years ago. I'm fighting fire with fire today.
My design is inspired by spirits we have back home throughout the Caribbean called jumbies. I have a bit of experience with raku. It just made sense with fire and smoke and mystery to do this sort of spiritual creature.
I'm gonna make some expressive faces on my cups because I think my mom would think they're cute. Hopefully, it all works out.
So I've never done raku before, so I'm definitely worried about all of it. But the inspiration for this week is the house that my husband and I and my kids are building. So I'm pretty excited about the theme. So I'm just wedging things, getting it all nice and mixed and ready to go on the wheel.
The thing with raku is we have like more thermoshock. So in this case, you need to avoid any union and like weak spots because that could be like a crack.
Thermal shock can occur when clay is put through the extreme and rapid temperature changes of the raku firing process, which can cause tiny decorative cracks in the glaze surface.
You want to make sure that you're not throwing it super, super thin so it can withstand all the madness it's going to go through.
Thin spots and seams are especially vulnerable to cracking, so single, wheel-thrown pieces are preferred by all the potters. Except Renu, who may be tempting fate, building her bottle with slabs.
I love hand-built work. That's where my strengths lie. All my seams really need to be together really well because this is like the weakest point in the raku firing, so these are the parts that would blow out.
Week 5, raku week.
We've given them 2 challenges. Not only the raku, but also creating a decorative drink set that looks like it has matching siblings.
And they can do that either through surface decoration, which is a great example here, or through form, which we can see on this beautiful raku set.
This set really shows off the elements of raku. Definitely this bare clay body where it's got that carbon trapping from all that smoke, and then this really great crackle glaze. But the danger with it is we're pulling these pots out at red hot, and then we're quenching them. That's really stressful for the clay bodies, and so could lead to lots of cracking and lots of problems that way.
If anybody has variations in thickness or weak seams, that can add to that strain, upping their danger level.
Sparks are gonna fly.
Hello.
How's it
Hi,
going?
Eva. The wheel is totally your happy place, and it seems like you like working a lot of things at the same time.
Well, I got my cups done, and then I was messing around with some shapes here. This is not what I want.
Okay,
I'm really happy with this one right here. It's more like a bottle shape.
excellent.
Last week's Potter of the Week, Kiefer, is encircling a high-necked decanter with 4 whimsical goblets in a cheeky tribute to his family.
My mom will think those are cute.
They are cute.
She's got 4 kids. We all have big personalities.
I make all these faces when I'm drinking wine.
Can you talk us through what you're doing right now?
Yes, I'm slab building these tripod mugs, and I am putting a bevel in the 2 edges so that I can connect them well enough to withstand the raku firing.
We're all hoping that those seams are nice and strong.
I hope so too.
Rainu's hand-built bottle and cups will feature similarly textured shapes, commemorating the deaths of beloved family members.
These cups have names.
They do.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, they sort of signify people in my family that I've lost. My mom and my dad, and then I had a sister that died of cancer when she was 15, and then I had 2 brothers that died when they were about 2. Pretty hard. A lot of loss for a family.
This is a great way to honor their memory.
Oh, thank you.
While Rainu is channeling Raku's Japanese ceremonial roots, Jackie's cathartic Raku is also taking shape.
Here's the gorgeous drawing.
Wow.
Beautiful drawing.
Thank you.
To heal from her house fire, Jackie is creating a flaming bottle design with molten mugs.
Talk to me about the pine cone.
I just find I love the textures that I get when I press found objects in.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm going to rely more on making impressions and scraping a little bit
yeah.
to achieve my textures.
Excellent.
Creating texture in Raku is a game of inches. Clay must be thrown thickly to accommodate carving, but not too thick as uneven walls are prone to cracking.
One of my problems is that I throw really, really, really thin. And I know for this challenge, it's not a good idea.
Jen and her family are building a 2-story home. For her Raku, she is paying homage, creating a 2-bulbed bottle with architectural features.
So all of the lines are meant to represent rafters and then studs. That's the key part of this design. So I really want them to stand out.
Are you adding that? You're not carving?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm actually pretty nervous about that, you know, having never done Raku before.
We hope for the best.
Things are going really smoothly, so hopefully they stay that way.
I'm gonna model on some dripping wax for the cups.
Thomas's set will feature candle cups to complement a candle-wearing spirit he's carving into his bottle.
Another nod to your Trinidad heritage.
Oh yeah. So this is a character I came up with when I was a teenager, just based off of rum smuggler myths. I want to go to town on the carving.
With the carving into your form, you're going to have varying thickness of wall sizes.
Yeah, but I threw thicker to compensate for that, so
Okay.
that there's should be a nice, strong internal structure, and that the surface is not too deep. God forbid I go too deep.
Getting all nice and cookie over here.
Yeah, making the little cups to dry a little bit faster so I can start transforming the shape.
Elsa is focusing on a cohesive design that plays with the symmetrical lines of a mandala flower and the unifying charm of nestled cups.
I'm gonna make the shape a little bit concave to actually follow the round of the bottle. And I'm using the mandala because, of course, I love mandalas. And I found that that's the universal symbol of unity.
Very exciting, very exciting.
Potter friends, you are halfway through this challenge. Woo-hoo, halfway.
The forms are actually coming out pretty good. I'm happy with the way they bellied out.
Some of what I'm doing intuitively. With raku, it's really not healthy for the clay to be thin. We want to make sure the piece is a little substantial.
Things are looking pretty good here. I'm adding some strips of clay to really make the rafters and the studs and the design stand out.
I'm sculpting just some faces into here, but I just don't want to add or take away too much clay because I don't want it to affect the firing.
There's something on your station.
My house burnt down 3 years ago.
I'm so sorry that happened.
And I went back and ripped off a chunk. I might just chuck that in with my combustibles.
Oh, I love that, yes.
Burn my house the rest of the way, in a good way.
Yes.
And I think I might use that for some of my texture that I'm creating here.
Oh my gosh, I love this so much. I'll see you in a little bit.
See you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
You have 1 hour left, everybody. 1 hour left. Are you feeling the heat?
There is now just 1 hour for the potters to refine their drink sets in preparation for bisque firing, which will harden their pieces for glazing and ultimately prepare them for the raku firing process.
I'm carving out areas for some of the different raku glazes to reflect in.
The rafters are coming in now.
Yeah, it would be nice to have all of the vertical lines and then lots of angled lines, but there might be some sacrifices along the way.
It sounds like a construction site.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
perfect. That's perfect.
Can I get extra time like a construction site?
The form definitely reminds me of a Chinese double gourd.
I thought it would lend itself to, you know, tongs around it, take it out of a kiln.
That is a very important thing.
The potters are making a final push to add texture, carving, adorning, and even hitting their pieces in a race to get their raku drink sets into the drying room.
5 minutes, everyone. 5 minutes. Here she goes. Vin's on the case. Here goes Elsa. Time's a-ticking. Go right now.
Go into the drying room.
Thomas is going in. Jen's going too. Yes. That's everyone. Yes. Woo!
Oh man, that was frantic. But the pieces I did get on are on there like pretty solid.
I did a lot of things with the clay that I don't normally do, but I left just enough bulk in those areas that I really forced.
Studio technician Vin will now prepare the potters' raku pieces for their first firing in the kiln.
Hopefully that's just water weight that I'm feeling down here in the bottom, but they're good, sturdy shapes.
While the potters contemplate the fate of their drink sets in the first firing of the kiln, they'll face a second challenge that promises an even greater mystery.
Potters, today's throwdown is unlike anything you've ever seen before because you'll be blindfolded. Oh, yeah. Take it away, Seth Rogen.
Today's challenge is throwing 3 identical shaped pitchers while blindfolded, if you couldn't tell. This is gonna be interesting. Oh no. Okay, I got it. I'm kind of using my hand, my thumb, to gauge the size of the thing. Drilling in, I'm opening. I'm just kind of going by feel here, obviously. Pulling it up. Gonna make it a tall pitcher and kind of narrow. I'm making a spout. Wire it off. Here it is. Here's the first one. Time for number 2. Trying to remember the general dimensions of the cylinder that I started with. Matching your wall thickness can help you get some consistency. Feels a little shorter than me. Using my hand and thumb to see the size of the thing. Yeah, similar actually. Making the spout again. Okay, one more. How much time do I have?
You have 6 minutes left.
Okay, great. Be aware of the size of your base and the size of your mouth. The height is a harder thing to control in this moment. Okay. Oh, that's so bright. Hey, not bad. I would say this is 3 pretty similar pictures thrown blindfolded in under 20 minutes. It's your turn now.
You have 20 minutes to feel your way to victory. All right. And that 20 minutes starts now. Blindfolded potters get potting.
Oh, no. Oh, that is wildly off center.
This is so on center.
You really have to go by feel.
I've thrown blindfolded before as a practice, but I've never attempted to make 3 matching items.
I have 2 kids. I teach. I'm building a house. I'm not gonna spend any spare time doing it blindfolded.
It is extremely fun because your senses get so heightened and you can feel what the clay is doing.
All the artists are using their hands quite a lot for measuring.
And we're at about thumb crotch height, knuckle width.
So far, it feels like I have something that's sort of like a cylinder.
The hardest part with this was remembering where I put things.
It's the creeping hand that I enjoy the most about this challenge. This sort of gentle, creeping, searching hand.
There it is. Is that the table?
Oh, I'm taller than the table?
No one's missed their table yet.
That's a win.
That's a win.
There you are.
This is fun. We should do this one every week.
Making the first cylinder is a piece of cake. Making the second cylinder, make it identical, that's where the fun begins. Gotta get those dimensions, Thomas.
Trying to remember where my hands were and how tall I made it.
Number 2, you're gonna find a little bit harder just because you have to make it exactly like the other one.
It's super tricky.
My thumb knuckle is definitely deforming it.
You have 7 minutes, everyone. Everyone's got 2, but we need 3.
Stop stressing me out.
I'm sorry, I'm stressing Jackie out. 1 minute remaining.
So first to have 3 on the table, Thomas. You guys, it's crunch time.
Jen's got 3 up. Jen has 3 up on the table.
Amazing.
Heyo, Kiefer's got 3. They're very close to the edge of the table, but they're there.
That's how I rock.
You did it, Jackie. There's 3. 30 seconds. Come on, Rainu. You got this. Elsa's got 3 now.
I can't even look.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Blindfolds off. Take a look.
Oh. These are better than I thought.
Oh my God, what are those?
The judges will now assess the potter's blindfold thrown pitchers. They will be looking for quality and consistency in height, thickness, thickness and shape.
Hi, Thomas. I think they're identical, but I think this would be a stretch to call them pitchers. They're more on the creamer side for me. Hi, Rainu.
These spouts and the size look identical to me.
Thank you.
It is a nice, consistent bell bottom, but I think there's a lot of clay that's hiding there that could have been brought up to make those walls a lot taller.
20 minutes, though.
I know.
Blindfolded,
Well done.
too.
Well done. These are looking fantastic. I love the lip.
Thank you.
There is something that's really quite nice here.
Minor size difference on the height. They're really strong showing.
There's 3. There they are. 3 whole entire objects.
There's a family resemblance,
Yes.
but they do kind of go boop, 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 boop in terms of their height.
That's what families look like.
Yeah.
The spouts of all 3 look quite similar to each other. This one caused you trouble and ended up a little undersized.
Yeah.
That was the first one.
That's the first one.
They're pretty close in height. The wall thickness looks pretty uniform, and the style of your spout is pretty consistent throughout. Now, I did notice that little bit of extra fluid in the bottom. It is working very well as a
Just a
pitcher.
bonus feature you got there. Bonus
Yeah.
feature.
Thanks, Jen.
Well done, Jen. The judges have made a decision. Brendan, will you read the results?
So in 6th place, Thomas. They weren't tall enough for a pitcher requirement. In 5th place, Rainu. There was a little too much clay in the bottom there, and one of the bottoms was a little too thin.
Jackie is 4th, and Elsa is 3rd.
And in 2nd place, Jen. It was just a little bit of water in there. And in 1st place, Kiefer.
Well done, Kiefer.
Nice, consistent shapes, Kiefer. Great job.
Great work all around. That is it for today. Potters dismissed.
It feels good to finally get a W under my belt for the throwing challenge. I feel like that's one of my strongest things, and it's nice to kind of have that confirmed.
What came in last? So moving on, the pressure's really on for my main make.
Thank you, sir.
Hoping it survives the violent process of raku.
The Potter's drink sets have been fired and are now ready to be decorated in preparation for raku. But whether their pieces have survived the kiln is yet to be seen.
With the bisque firing, I'm always worried that things are gonna crack, things are gonna pop off.
I feel like my pieces were structurally sound, so I'm feeling good.
Hello, Potters. Your drink sets have had their first firing and are now ready to be decorated.
From start to finish, raku is all about the drama. So we want to see vibrant and flashy finishes and the magic that bear clay can create, trapping the smoky patterns on your pieces.
So think about how your glaze application and harnessing the magic of the raku firing process can make that happen.
You have an hour and a half, you have a wall of glazes, and your time starts now.
Okay.
Everything's looking pretty decent.
Everything is looking great.
I'm pretty happy to see that my seams are still intact. It's a good day.
I was very worried about the pot, but seeing it all in one piece, I'm reinvigorated with the thrill and lust of glazing.
I do have a crack in the bottom. I'm concerned about that crack opening up more during the firing. That's a bummer.
The Potters are selecting glazes to begin decorating their raku drink sets. But a crack in Jackie's bottle has her colorful plans stalled.
It's a pretty gnarly one. It's just because it was so thick.
Oh, yeah.
There. So it just fired a little unevenly. It's got a stress crack in there. I'm gonna attempt a patch, a little repair.
Raku is known for rich and smoky glazes.
The plan is to have my red glaze on the inside of every cup, even the bottle. Some of the details are gonna just be without glaze.
During the Raku firing, any unglazed surfaces can take on a unique black color, creating a striking contrast between glazed and unglazed areas of the piece.
I want to just let it be bare clay. I want to see when it blacks out to see some movement, some textures.
Now I'm putting on a clear, so it'll hopefully create a bit of a crazed look where the smoke goes in between some little skinny hairline cracks in the glaze.
You're using some bare clay and glaze?
Oh, yes. All these black lines, I want the smoke to penetrate.
Amazing.
It's gonna be glaze on top and then bare clay on the bottom. I really want the sharp lines to stand out. I didn't get as many rafters onto the cups as I wanted to in the make and the refine, so that's why I'm adding some tape now. I thought I could kind of fake it a little bit so that there's a ton of contrast.
The white will be offset by what will hopefully
be some really dark, charcoaly lines.
And I'm hoping for you that you achieve that.
I want to get this really nice metallic flash at the bases of each candle. The white crackle is, of course, going to coat the cups. They're going to look like old melted candles.
While many of the potters are relying on colored glazes and carbon trapping, the most wild and surprising textures and colors can come from metallic flashing glazes.
The areas that presently look black are going to be a deep, reflective metallic. I promise they're going to change and it's going to make sense.
In terms of your combustibles, are you thinking of other things that you want to add to it?
Yeah, I'm going to be adding some curry leaves.
Okay.
A copy of a story my sister wrote with her battle with cancer, as well as some cotton from some clothing of my dad's.
This is going to be such a ceremony.
It'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 minutes left, everyone. 30 minutes before Raku. Raku!
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 You're matching your cups in some of your bottle.
I'd really like to have expressive faces. My mom has too. She's sometimes disappointed.
Yeah.
And often we make her laugh.
That's great.
You've got 5 minutes left.
Having never done Raku before, I have no idea what it's gonna be like. I think it's gonna be super intense. It's gonna be fun though.
I'm going to heal from my, my fire trauma.
1 minute left, everybody. 1 minute.
That 10 seconds, that's what I want to hear about.
Rainey's
First
going
time.
in.
First one in, everybody.
Just take it right down to the
Thank
end there.
you.
The potters are moving their drink sets to the kiln room,
Kiefer's going in.
where the glazes will have a chance to dry before the Raku firing.
10, 9, 8, 7. Oh, it's a rush to the finish. 6, 5. There they go. 4, 3, 2, 1. They're all in.
Are you a monkey?
Oh! Big baby bear hug. We did it!
It went super fast, but I managed to finish.
I took a pretty slapdash approach to throwing my glazes on there. No idea how that's going to work out.
Now that the potters are finished decorating, it's finally time for Vin to set up their pieces for the first ever Raku firing in the pottery.
My adrenaline's pumping. I'm definitely like a snow globe, all shook up right now.
I just hope I have steady hands. I need to call my inner surgeon.
Are you ready to Raku?
I want you to think really carefully about how you load your pieces into the kiln, because that will be instrumental in the success of taking them out in the intense heat of the firing. You will be using tongs, so think about where you will grip your pieces and how you will access them in the kiln.
Much like wheel throwing, you want to stay centered and present.
We have our expert in Raku, Tony, here. So we are good to go. Okay, thanks you two. We're gonna say bye-bye now, and we'll see you at judging.
Bye.
Bye.
So we're gonna start with Elsa, Jen, and Reinu.
Perfect.
Unlike bisque firing, which gradually heats and cools ceramics over a 24-hour period, raku firing takes them rapidly to 1,000 degrees Celsius, then removes them glowing hot from the kiln for a rapid cooling. If done properly, the potters will be rewarded with a beautiful crackled surface.
Straight down. Easy.
But one wrong move,
Fire in the hole!
and the piece can be ruined by thermal shock.
Elsa, we're gonna get you to actually fill up your cans with sawdust.
As the drink sets race to red hot, combustibles are loaded into buckets in preparation for a fiery dance of smoke, oxygen, and chemical reactions.
These are the curry leaves.
Yes!
While sawdust is standard, Reinu is adding her sentimental items to honor her family.
Some flowers.
Big deep breath, no panic.
I don't panic. I'm a Mexican.
The red-hot drink sets must now be removed from the kilns.
Hey, here we go. Smooth.
Whoa,
So beautiful.
Yeah.
The rapid temperature change from kiln to air is intended to forge cracks in the glaze surfaces, creating distinct patterns and textures.
Okay.
Oh, that's hot.
Now, a hazardous journey awaits the potter's pieces, which, depending on their shape, can prove challenging to grasp.
Nice job, Elsa.
Okay, Rainer, you go ahead.
Hopefully I don't drop it.
Nice.
Good job, Reinu.
As soon as the pottery touches the combustibles, flames erupt, creating smoke that permeates any cracks, fissures, or unglazed surfaces with a charcoal finish.
Oh, can we smell the curry leaves?
Delicious.
Oh, gosh, okay.
The bottle.
Take your time, Jen. I can't look.
Nice.
Good
What
one.
a good.
Closing the lid turns the pail into what is known as a reduction chamber, where flames consume any remaining oxygen trapped on the ceramic surfaces, making colors come to life.
Last one.
The bottle is the tricky one.
Hang on.
Okay, I'm going. Oh, this is heavy.
Oh, thank God, Elsa.
Nice catch.
That was smoky.
You ready, Jen?
Once the reduction process is complete, the potters must transfer their carbon and soot-covered pieces into a bucket of cold water.
So you just slowly submerge it and let the water flow into the top.
For one final color-enhancing thermal shock.
Listen to that sizzle.
This is the tricky one.
Oh,
Careful, Elsa, careful.
You got it.
nice.
Wow.
Slow and
Wow.
They can't rush the quench.
Easy does it.
Too fast into the water and their pieces could shoot out steam or even crack.
Perfect.
Fingers crossed.
Got it.
Finally, the potters are glimpsing the colorful patterns and textures they've worked so hard to create.
Oh, I'm so glad that's over.
But while the stress is over for half the potters,
Let's play with fire.
for Thomas, Jackie, and Kiefer, the raku firing process has only just begun.
You can do it, baby.
Jackie's mended bottle will now be put to the ultimate test, firing to red hot in a matter of minutes.
Okay, I got the fire.
In goes the house.
In goes the house.
You ready? Here we go.
Oh, that's stunning.
Oh my lord.
One slip of the tongs, and all will be for nothing.
You got it. You got it.
Now light on fire. Yes.
Nice.
There we go.
Careful,
A little
careful.
higher, a little higher, Thomas. A little higher.
Careful. I can't watch. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Good work. Nice, Thomas. Nice, dude.
What you doing? Catch fire.
Yeah. Oop.
Slow. Let the water in gently.
Slow, slow, slow.
There you are.
Come on, little cuppy.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
One more, one more.
Okay, I love you. No matter what happens, I love you. Oh!
Jackie's flaming bottle has succumbed to a catastrophic thermal shock.
Oh, no. Oh, shoot.
Keep going.
Got this, Jackie. Good
Get
job.
him in there, Jack. Get him in there.
The Potters have finished quenching their raku and are ready for one final revealing process.
I'm gonna clean every last one of those pieces.
You are. Washing away the remaining soot and ash.
Oh, yes.
Whoa.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's a relief that everything's come out as nicely as it has, and I wish the people that it's for could see it.
The rafters and studs, they're standing out.
It's Judgment Day. The raku drink sets have been cleaned, and the judges are ready to see the finished pieces for the first time.
Hello, Potters. It's time to get to judging. Elsa!
Hi, Elsa. What are we doing?
So, there was a close call with
Oh,
Elsa.
really?
With the tongues, it flip. That's why it has a chip.
Oh.
It hit the tongues.
A war mark. Okay. But it is so well executed.
This set does have a coziness nestled in. It's just so lovely. The application of the red on the surfaces was quite successful.
I kind of like this very balanced and beautiful pattern. The only catch is you could carve these with your eyes closed, push it even further.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
This is a really wonderful set with the lip, and then I love the candle inside. The amount of detail you were able to get with raku is quite remarkable.
I just love how the narrative story ties together so beautifully from the decanter to the cups.
Thank you so much.
I love this set.
Thank you.
The ceremony you added into this entire experience was just beautiful. Everything survived, no seams split. The forms tell me they're all related. But this one has such a rich, dark tone to it. The color palette of the cups versus the decanter just have a little bit of a disconnect for me.
Right.
I love the depth that's happening in here, this beautiful web of smoke and that carbon. Overall, it's really a nice set, for sure.
Thank you.
You and I were in the raku when this happened.
Yeah.
The top came off and then
She bloomed.
it opened up like a
Just
flower.
came apart. We just
Yeah.
lift it up and
Sadly, that just does happen. Jackie, here's what I love. Your glaze choice, the distortion of the piece, they're so alive. I could see the movement of fire.
Your interplay between your glaze choices, the copper, and how that plays with the textured surfaces is gorgeous.
It's like holding something that's burning and just cool enough to not kill me. I love it.
You made some excellent choices with your forms. I love how you've masked out certain areas to kind of give that architectural reference.
They really look like all parts of a set in the shape of the pieces as well as the surface decoration. This is a set that I would have on display somewhere.
Oh, wow, thank you.
In this piece where the flashing happened, it's so gorgeous.
The beauty of these faces and your illustrative skills are just not pushed to the limit enough for my liking. Wish you had decided to build up these noses and just project these faces so it looks like they're emerging out of them.
Feel that.
Yeah.
Now that I know the process and I know what they're looking for, I know I could have pushed it a little differently. I don't think I'm close to Potter of the Week. I think I'm going home.
I can blow things up. That's fine. Of all the pieces I've created so far, this is my favorite one. I want those tumblers.
This was my first wheel-thrown main make. I just loved the result.
So this week, I got to witness the world of Raku.
Who doesn't love some pyrotechnics?
Absolutely.
Who came out on top this week?
Jen let the smoke create these forms. She played it smart.
Thomas harnessed the magic that you can achieve with Raku on those surfaces. I think it might have been the best showing I've seen from Thomas yet.
And at the other end of the spectrum, we have a potter whose piece met with tragic results.
Jackie's hourglass decanter. It's very tragic that it came apart. I know that she had some issues with an S-crack at the bottom of it, and it was just too much.
Her 4 cups looked like dancing flame versus Kiefer's very flat faces. I just wanted them to be more alive.
I always jokingly say that I kind of hope that something breaks in the kiln because it'll make my decision easier. But as it turns out, it is almost the opposite.
Hello, everyone. Our judges have reached their decision. Let's start with the happy news first, shall we? This week's Potter of the Week is Thomas.
Congrats.
Well done, Thomas. Your drink set will live forever in the Throwdown Gallery.
Thank you.
Yes, dude.
And now the part that I don't like. The Potter leaving us this week is Jackie.
Jackie, it's been wonderful having you in the pottery. You're an incredibly talented artist and maker.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm going home, but I'm really happy to have made it to Raku Week. Got to blow something up. Will do again.
You've shared so much of yourself and your creativity and added to everyone's experience, including our own.
I am gonna cry,
Okay.
but I'm not sad. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna recover, I'm gonna be kind to myself. This competition, it was incredible.
As Jackie says goodbye to the pottery, Thomas's Raku drinking set will now take the 5th spot in the Throwdown Gallery.
Thomas, he's such a wonderful storyteller. Finally, he's pulled himself out of the middle of the pack.
My first thrown main make got me Potter of the Week. I'm so proud. Redemption!